Today's ArduinoLab6. This deals with the theremin. As you can tell with him, his that hand's dealing with the frequency, that one's dealing with the volume. But the only problem with the Arduino is with ours we can only deal with the frequency, and we're using a photoresistor to help us aid in changing the frequency by mapping out the values that is inputted. So you got the typical yellow cord for power. You got the red for power, ground, black for ground. Over to here, the ground from the orange is connected to the piezo, and then the yellow right here, which I don't want to plug in yet because it's pretty loud, kind of annoying at times. That basically gives us the input of 0 to 1023 into the piezo, because we are yet again using the analog, which is 0 to 1023 from input of the photoresistor. So when I plug this in, well, let's grab a little more. So initially we have a current run through the photoresistor. As I get my finger closer to and farther away, basically with the increase of light we have a decrease in resistance. So decrease in light, increase the resistance, and that'll give us values 0 to 1023, and you have your power going into it on one side, and then you also resistor connected to the ground, and you also have the other parallel circuit of it going into the A0, which is analog in, so it can read the numbers coming off of the photoresistor. That then goes into the board, and with the program, we basically have, to summarize it up, after about 5 seconds right here in the beginning of basically setting it up to see where we put our finger so we can move between rooms, different light values to allow us to use it like a theremin and move our finger up and down. The real part of the program is down here. Basically the sensor value is reading it from analog read, and that will give us our pitch value. And then basically using our pitch of our tones, 8 to 20, we then have our frequency 5 to 10,000, nice and loud just to annoy my roommate, and we have a slight delay. So I'm actually going to plug this in into pin 8. So it's kind of annoying. We're actually going to reset the board, and you'll see just below my finger an orange LED right here. It's flashing. Good. Now we're going to start to use our finger to get the photo resistance. And as you can hear from that awful sound, we're changing the number values from 0 to 1023. That is output onto the onto the piezo. Now, using tone, there is always a 50% duty cycle. So what we're doing is, as the numbers increase, the basically the frequency is decreasing in size, which then increases the pitch, which is what hurts our ears. And there is the end of ArduinoLab6.